So, let's rewind the clock to the turn of the millennium. The year is 2001, the console market is dominated by Sony's PlayStation 2 and Nintendo's GameCube. Microsoft, a giant in the PC software world, decides it wants in on the action. On November 15, 2001, they launched their answer, a big black and green box simply called the Xbox. It was a bold, expensive, and risky entrance into a fiercely competitive industry. But Microsoft was all in. The original Xbox was, in many ways, a PC in disguise. It was built with familiar x86 architecture, a custom 733 MHz Intel Pentium 3 CPU, and a 233 MHz NVIDIA GPU. It was the first major home console to ship with a built-in hard drive as a standard feature. No more worrying about memory cards filling up. The 8 GB drive enabled saves, DLC, and custom soundtrack features. And then there was Xbox Live, launched in 2002, a unified subscription-based online multiplayer service. It required broadband, but delivered friends lists, voice chat, and standardized matchmaking. This service, more than any piece of hardware, laid the foundation for the connected console ecosystem we know today. Titles like Halo defined the original Xbox's identity. The big green box had arrived. Fast forward to November 22, 2005. Microsoft, getting a year's head start on Sony, unleashed the Xbox 360. The design language shifted to a sleek, concave white chassis built to blend into living rooms. Under the hood, the Xbox 360 delivered a major leap. Tri-core CPU and ATI Xenos GPU, enabling HD graphics. For the first time on a wide scale, console games could be played in 720p and 1080 The difference was night and day. Games like Gears of War and Halo 3 showcased the new visual fidelity. The 360 introduced achievements, a cross-library metagame that kept players coming back. Points became part of your permanent profile. Friendly competition and replayability skyrocketed. Xbox Live evolved into a central pillar, a digital storefront for games, demos, indie titles, movies, and more. Multiplayer communities and long-running events cemented the 360 as the go-to platform for online gaming. The 360 launched the 7th generation with a bang and set standards for the years to come. It was accessible, user-friendly, and network-centric, a new era for consoles. But the 360's story wasn't finished. Hardware lessons and redesigns were coming next. From the original to the S&E models, Microsoft iterated on design, reliability, and features to broaden appeal and improve quality. The original Xbox 360 had a notorious flaw, the red ring of death caused by overheating. It became a PR crisis. Microsoft launched a billion-dollar extended warranty and reworked manufacturing. In 2010, the Xbox 360S arrived, smaller, quieter, more reliable, and with a built-in hard drive. Internally, the S consolidated CPU and GPU into a more efficient SoC, reducing heat and power draw. In 2010, Microsoft launched Kinect, controller-free motion and voice control that sold millions. It excelled with casual, family-friendly titles like Kinect Sports and Dance Central, though it didn't become core for hardcore gamers. The final revision, the Xbox 360e, mirrored Xbox One aesthetics, a budget-friendly angular design. Across its life, the 360 sold over 84 million units, a massive mainstream success. Original S and E, together they show the evolution from bulky to sleek and reliable. The 360 era refined online services, expanded audiences, and taught Microsoft valuable hardware lessons for the future. On May 21, 2013, Microsoft unveiled the Xbox One. The reveal was controversial. Always online talk and used game policies sparked backlash. Microsoft had misread the room and the messaging hurt at launch. The console was pitched as an all-in-one entertainment hub, TV integration, HDMI pass-through, and Kinect 2.0. Kinect 2.0 enabled voice and motion control, initially mandatory, a major part of the strategy. The design was big and boxy, built for cooling to avoid past overheating problems. Under Phil Spencer, Xbox pivoted to a games-first philosophy. They unbundled Kinect, dropped DRM policies, and improved focus on gamers. This era launched Xbox Game Pass, which would later become a cornerstone of Xbox strategy. They introduced robust backward compatibility, making hundreds of older titles playable on the One. The One family expanded with the One S and the powerful One X, refinements and a performance tier. By refocusing on games and services, Microsoft rebuilt trust and strengthened the platform. Game Pass and backward compatibility shifted the value proposition. The Xbox was now hardware plus a service-led ecosystem. If the One S was a refinement, it added 4K Blu-ray playback, HDR, and a smaller footprint. It became an affordable 4K media player, and the One S was the console the one probably should have been. Then in November 2017 came the Xbox One X, codenamed Project Scorpio. With 6 teraflops, 12 GB GDDR5 and vapor chamber cooling, it delivered true native 2160p gaming. Games received enhancements, higher resolutions, better frame rates, and richer textures. Microsoft introduced a tiered ecosystem. Keep the affordable One S or upgrade to the premium One X for 4K. Engineering choices like vapor chamber cooling let the One X run powerful hardware quietly. Backward compatible titles were enhanced. Classic games looked and played better than ever. This mid-gen upgrade approach shifted how console lifecycles work, iterative upgrades alongside a shared library. On November 10, 2020, Microsoft launched the Series X and Series S simultaneously. 2 paths, a monolithic high-end Series X and a compact all-digital Series S. The biggest leap wasn't raw teraflops, it was speed. Both consoles use a custom NVMe SSD and Velocity architecture. Quick Resume suspends multiple games and restores them almost instantly. Loading times shrank to seconds. The whole system feels faster and more responsive. A quality-of-life revolution. Series X packs 12 teraflops with RDNA 2, enabling features like hardware ray tracing. Ray tracing creates realistic lighting, reflections, and shadows. Series S, at around 4 teraflops, targets 1440p with upscaling to 4K and shares the same modern architecture. Series X includes a 4K Blu-ray drive. Series S is all digital, nudging users toward Game Pass. Game Pass integration makes the digital model attractive, especially for the Series S audience. 4 generations of Xbox games are playable on Series X Vertical Bar S, and they often run better. Auto HDR and frame rate boosts bring older titles to life on new hardware. Minor refreshes, more storage, new finishes, and internal efficiency upgrades keep the platform fresh. Hardware refinements include better cooling and a universal controller with rechargeable swappable batteries. These mid-cycle updates improve power efficiency while preserving compatibility, a pragmatic path forward for consoles. Looking from 2001 to today, Xbox has changed from a single box to a broad ecosystem. It spans consoles, PCs, and the cloud. Play Anywhere is now central to the strategy. Xbox Game Pass is the Netflix for games model. Day one access to first-party titles and a massive rotating library. Microsoft is acquiring studios to power exclusive, day one content for Game Pass. Xbox Cloud Gaming, xCloud, streams console-quality games to phones, tablets, PCs, and smart TVs. No console required. While dependent on internet quality, the tech is improving rapidly and latency gaps are closing. The vision: access your games anywhere on nearly any device. Expect more powerful hardware, but the real battleground is content and services. Game Pass, cloud streaming, and exclusive studios.